This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Chris Jenkins over Zoom. Chris, first and foremost, Happy New Year. I hope you're well and could enjoy the festive period as best as what you could, mate.
First of all, Happy New Year to you as well. And yeah, I did enjoy the festive period. I think I had good 4 weeks off, complete off. There's no fight lined up, so get away from the sport and just enjoy being a dad, and that's it.
Chris, a frustrating year for you last year. Just kind of reflect on it for me.
Where to start? I was meant to fight Johnny in the rematch. Then it got rescheduled, then I think it did. So then we were meant to fight somewhere. I can't even remember. That basically Johnny retired then. And I always got to that, but family first. And then we wanted the Ben fight, but obviously it didn't materialize as much as we wanted it to. Ben went down a different route, and then it left me without an opponent, without the date. And before we know it, I've been out the ring for 30 months.
When you reflect on them, the experiences effectively, Chris, what benefits, if any, do you take from it, or what kind of what positives can you take from going through the frustrating periods that 2020 provided you with?
I've been in the gym. I've been working hard in the gym, just trying to fine tune little things that I was weak on. But just this 2020 was a year that it didn't affect me. It affected the small old fighters, and there's lads out there who have got belts, and they haven't even been able to defend theirs. So, you just got to, it's called remaining positive as much as you can. Obviously, I want to fight, but there's nothing we can really do about it. Hopefully, New Year, some big fights this year for me.
Let's get into this coming year then. Well, say this coming year, we're here now, Chris. Start off with your mandatory Ekow Essuman. What is the latest with regards to that fight?
I've heard word that the fight could possibly happen in late February. So I'm just basically my second week back in the gym now after enjoying Christmas. So we just got to wait now for the final confirmation.
With that fight itself, Chris, how do you expect it to play? What do you expect from Ekow in terms of the stylistic standpoint? What would you expect from it?
To be honest with you, I watched his last fight. He boxed the fella who boxed Conor Benn, and he didn't bounce out to me. Nothing I should be really worried about. Obviously, he's a good fighter. He's undefeated. I've got respect for him, but I just think I'm just a little bit too good for him.
Because you know that you're looking towards those bigger fights and you want to kind of step on and up with your career, do you feel a pressure to make sure you overcome Ekow to at least retain your British title? So with that behind you, you will still be looked at as somebody who people are going to be calling out every single week. Whereas, as we see with many fighters, when some fighters lose a title and they don't have that behind them, it's harder to get those fights.
Yeah, well, I just got to, how can you say, I just got to concentrate on what needs to be done in camp and just make sure I win, that's all. Obviously, go watch out for the head clashes because I get cut too much. But, I'm just going to be ready for it. Wherever Ekow Essuman comes, it'll happen. He's a mandatory for a reason. So be it.
Now, the man who you wanted to face last year but never materialised, Conor Benn, he did fight towards the end of the year, around November time. Talk to me about his performance, Chris. What did you make of it in his win over Sebastian Formella?
He looked good, didn't he? You know, you can't take nothing away from him. He looked good. He looked sharp. Good movement on him. But he boxed a fella who hadn't been in the ring for, I think, over 12 months. Yes, he'd have lost against the top American fighter, took on the distance on him. But, you know, he won the fight. And he's obviously gone from calling myself out now to calling Josh Kelly out now. So, and he thinks he's better than British level, and I wish him the best of luck.
How much frustration do you hold over that fight, Chris? That obviously back then you couldn't get the deal over the line, and it seems to be, for certainly for the time being, it's not a fight which is being considered.
Mate, to be honest with you, I might be the British champion, Commonwealth champion, but my name's never mentioned out. It's very rare it's mentioned, and you know, everyone's after paydays. I weren't frustrated at all. I was obviously at the time very frustrated, but you know, it's life. You know, this sport, everyone thinks professional boxing is all glitz and glam and big paydays, and it's far from that.
Chris, why do you think it is that you don't feel that you are that name that people are calling out then?
No, maybe because I look ugly. I don't know. I honestly don't have a clue, mate. I don't know. I really don't have a clue. I think there's fighters in the division. Like obviously we've got Conor Benn. His father's well known. You've got Josh Kelly, another big matchroom fighter. You know, they're the fighters that people want, aren't they? And I suppose that some of these people, or some of these fighters, I've got a bigger backing behind them, i.e. whether it's sponsorship deals, or whether it's fan base. Now, I'm only from down in a little village in South Wales. Now, most of these lads are from big cities like London, etc. So, but, you know, I got 2 belts, and I'm more than happy to defend them against whoever.
Moving forward and on to another welterweight, Josh Kelly, he was due to face David Avanesian. What were your thoughts kind of on that bout until the postponement, of course?
I haven't really seen too much of. Obviously, I've seen Josh Kelly. I think he stopped a fella with like throwing about a number of left hooks in the ropes. He was a journeyman, I think he was. But you know, he's flash. Then you got Avanesian, who's a come forward fighter who can whack a bit as well. So it was the old cliche of boxer versus fighter. And I think that Josh Kelly could have outboxed him, but I think it would have been sticky parts there that Avanesian could have got through and possibly stopped him later on.
You mentioned earlier on yourself that Conor Benn was looking for that Josh Kelly fight on the back of his victory over Sebastian Formella.
Yeah.
If those two were to meet, what are your thoughts again, Chris?
2 good fighters. That's my thoughts on it. You've got Kelly, who's probably the quicker hands, the better movement. But then you've got Ben then who can whack a bit as well. So it's a very interesting fight. And not only that, they both signed with Matchroom as well. So that's probably such an easy fight to get made.
Chris, how are the guys in the gym at the minute? You know, Jay Harris, Nathan Foley, how is everybody ticking over?
Well, it's lockdown, isn't it? So it's only been back this week, and it's only been myself because we had possible dates. I've been in the gym all of last week with a lad called Kieran Jones. He's on about turning. He is going to turn pro, top amateur for Wales, but obviously this COVID has messed things up. So he's training hard. But then today, Jay was in the gym. Me, Jay, and Ben Croker, another lad who's turning pro with Gary. But due to COVID, which he's just getting ready for when he can turn over. But you know, Nathan Foley, I've been in the gym. I haven't really seen any of the boys because of Christmas as well.
Chris, just want to get your thoughts on a couple of other things whilst I've got you, before I let you shoot off to enjoy your evening. I know you've got a training session coming up. Just in fact, we can stick with welterweight. It's a fight which has been spoken about for a long, long time. Has never happened, but we could see it this year. Amir Khan versus Khan-Brook. Amir Khan saying that he'd like to face Khan at some point coming in 2021. Your thoughts, Chris, if it was to happen, are you still interested?
Yeah, you know, whether it's for you see people writing on social media, the fight's 5 years too late, the fight's this, the fight's that, they're way past it, they're after the payday. They're not being funny. If you're an honest boxing fan and just like boxing, that's a quality fight. You've got Amir Khan with hand speed, and then you've got Brook who can bang as well. So it is a good fight. I don't care what anyone says. You'll have people saying, "Oh, I'm not paying for that," but guaranteed 9 times out of 10 of them they'll pay for it.
Who would you lean towards or edge towards to win that one?
I have to go for, even though, actually saying that, I was leaning towards Brook, but sitting here now thinking about it, he's been in some wars with Triple G and, you know, all the big boys, and he has been hurt, haven't he? And especially in his last fight as well, against Crawford. I think it was in the second or third round, I think it was, really. Third round, yes, you know, so.
It might have been
Is
the
it
fourth.
a
I've forgotten myself because it was.
And I
I
have.
think it was a fourth. I think.
Yeah, it's been a year, so we're right there. But no, I'll have to favour. I'll go with Khan for his hand speed and stuff.
Chris, and also just final thing to touch on. Last year it was touted that 2021 might be the year that, or should be the year we was to see the undisputed heavyweight title fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Chris, if we do see that one over the line and we see them collide at some point this year, your thoughts?
I just think, I laugh because I see things on social media all the time that Joshua's going to knock Tyson Fury out. You know, he's a better athlete than him. He haven't lived a life Tyson Fury haven't. But I just think that, you know, Fury's been boxing from, he could probably throw a punch before he could walk. You know, where you know, his background and things, you know, his father and all that. I just think that he's just too slick. He moves too well. And I think he's going to beat Joshua up, give him a boxing lesson.
Well, Chris, we'll leave it there now. I'll leave you to get on and enjoy your training session this evening. Yeah. I appreciate you doing this interview with me. I'll keep in touch and speak to you again soon. Thank you for your time and thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Anytime, man. Thank you.